Good morning, sir. I am Neelesh Sharma with the registration number 19BCE0768, and today I am going to talk about the discuss arrays in our Java. So let's begin from the starting. So let's start arrays in Java. So first, what are the arrays? Arrays is a type of data structure which we use to store data. We have different type of data structures, and array is one of them. Basically, array looks like a rack in which we can store multiple values rather than declaring many variables from many values. We can store them in an array and make our program less with less memory. So we have two type of data arrays. First is 1D array, which is shown here. This is 1D array, and this is 2D array in which we have columns and rows. Then we have array, which arrays are basically have indexes, which are the most important part of an array. uh, uh, every value which we insert in an array, we indicate it by the index of an array. Index of an array always starts from 0, and then it goes to till the number of values which we have inserted in an array. Like here we have 7 values, so index will go from 0 to 6. It means index will be always one less than the number of values in an array. Then we have declaration of an array. How we can declare an array to use it? So we declare it by writing a data type, the type of data which we want to store in that array, then array name, then braces. This is the main structure which we use. Like we are storing integer type data type, and then braces, then array name, then new int. Then we want to store 10 values in that array, so we are declaring it with 10. If you will not declare anything like this, it will indicate like array is null, no value is there in an array. We can store a integer, float, character, any type of data in an array. So here are some examples of declaration of an array. Here first example is of double type. The double, then price, then new double 500. It means we can store 500 values of type double in this array. Then we have this array. These two lines are combined. We can also declare an array with this type boolean flags. Then we can write it in next line. Flags is equal to new boolean 20, means 20 boolean type data will be stored in that array. Then we can also store characters. So character codes is equal to new character 1750. We can store 1750 number of characters in this array. Then we have array initialization. It means we can, rather than declaring the number which we want to insert, we can directly declare the values which we want to insert in an array within the program. Like here, int units declare an array is equal to, within curly braces you can declare the values which we want to use in our program. Like here we have 10 values, and here we have 5 character values. These are the two examples where we are using and where we are declaring values of an array within the program. No need to take inputs from the user. Now accessing of an array. A specific element in an array can be accessed by specifying its index within square braces. As I have discussed earlier, if we want to access any element in an array, we have to uh, write it with its index. Like if we want to access this 540, we want to print this value, then we have to write like units, then square brackets. Within square brackets we have to write the index of this number, which is 4. It means if we will write units square bracket 4, then it will print this 540 value. Now processing of an array. Print if you want to print elements of an array, more than one elements of an array, then you can use for loop also. Here we have declared a for loop which is going from 0 to index 2. It means it will print the values. First I will be 0, then it will indicate the index 0. Like here we have I in square brackets, then this I will become 0, then score 0, it will print this 50 value. Then I will become 1, then it will print the value within index 1, which is 12. Like here we have declared an array int score is equal to 10, 20, 30, and the values we have declared already. Now we want to print all these values, so we can print these values like this separately: score 0, score 1, score 2, or we can use a for loop to print all the arrays within small space and less time consumption. So we are using for loop for int is equal to 0 to I less than 2, then I plus plus. I will show you how this program will work. Here I have declared an here in this line 11 I have declared a one dimensional array in which we can insert 10 elements. Now let's run it. Let's input 10 elements. 1, 2. I have inserted 10 values in an array. Then let's enter. Now here it's showing the index of that array an element. Like on index 0 we have value 1, on index 1 we have value 2, on index 2 we have value 3. Here, this is how it will print all the values from just a single for loop. Now we have bound checks of an array. Uh, it is fixed that we can store a fixed amount of data in an array. Like if we have stored here, if we have stored 10 elements in an array, so it will just take 10 elements. If you will try to print 11th element, like here, if you will make it 11, then it means it will loop will go from 0 to 10. It means that this I value will become 10 and it will also take the index 10. Now let's run it. 1, 2, 3. So what's happening? Nothing, because loop is going from 0 to 11. Likewise, here is an example. If you want to store 100 values, then the index value will be from 0 to 99. But if you will run the loop from 0 to 100, it will also include the index 100 and it will throw out an error. uh, for to to remove this problem, we just have to remove this equal value and make it like I less than 100. Then the loop will go from 0 to 99 itself. Other than 1D array, we have two-dimensional array which store values in rows and column type. This is how we can declare an two-dimensional array. It is just like same as that of one-dimensional array, uh, just a single small difference. Here we add two square brackets, in which first bracket stores the number of rows and other stores the number of columns. Like here we have declared int character, then two square brackets, new int 2 3, it means 3 rows and 2 columns. Here likewise, uh, like this: 3 rows and 2 columns, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3 rows and 2 columns. But if we will, like here it is a second example. Here if we will declare it like this is a type of array initialization which we have discussed in single array. We already declared the values which we want to store in an array: 15, 16, 17, then comma, they are separated with square brackets, then 18, 19, 20. It will transfer to the next line: 15, 16, 17, then 18, 19, 20. It will be like int character 2, 3, 2 rows and 3 columns. So just we can print it with a for loop as we have discussed in the one dimensional array. So this was my topic which I have discussed. uh, Thank you, sir. Lastly, I want to thank you and have a good day. Thank you, sir.